First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Chicago Bears.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
He's across midfield.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Past the 20. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. 62 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At the Bears' 31-yard line.
Looking to throw, Penix. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
To the air, Penix. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. That is incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. We're a little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
34-yard line.
Once again, it's Swift. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on a catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. He'll get this into the hands of Adunzo. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
What is up?
On the option to give the Swift to him. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Filthy. Stay it. Yes. Tempo.
To the air, Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Now Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll throw with Penix. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Penix working out of the gun here. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. And looking to throw, Penix. And caught by London. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
1st down.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Penix. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Penix. That's blown downfield by London. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here's Penix. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
From 13 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
And the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
What is it?
Here's a toss play right to Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Falcons first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On the bootleg, it's Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 6. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
T.J. Edwards on the tackle. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. back to throw here. That is intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Swift. And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw. Williams looking to do it himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Bears, first down. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Second and 6 coming up. He'll look to throw. Gets this to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. He's back to throw. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. Here comes 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Williams looking to do it himself. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. All 3 timeouts still in their back pocket. Here's 1st and 10.
First and 10.
To throw, Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Clock at 30 seconds. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. There's a short one caught by Loveland. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. They run out of the gun with Swift. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Pip.
On the option to give to Swift here. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Once more from the 11, 2nd and 10. To the air, Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
It's a gain of 4.
And they are able to spike it, cutting it close, but 2 seconds left on the clock. So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will knot us up at 10. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So possession in overtime first goes to the Atlanta Falcons, and we are back underway. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Now a first throw here in overtime. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
That's a pretty play. They were coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up the head of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 115 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Back to Robinson now on first down. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Penix. Looking for London on the out route complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
13 more yards.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. To the air, Penix. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Robinson. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. Now, they went draw play there on 3rd down around the goal line, something you normally like to see, Charles?
Oftentimes, people are prepared for a pass in this situation, so the draw is a good call, but it's better when you usually have a lead blocker. If you don't have a fullback, you can use your H-back to pull in front. Sometimes you pull a guard to get out in front. Maybe it's your tight end, but they find a way to create a little bit of extra space. A bit of a surprise down near the goal line, but it was effective in this situation.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's good for a Bears first down. First and 10.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
He was brought down by
well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll run with the Rutgers man, Kyle Monungai. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. To throw, it's Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw is Williams. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 12 more yards there and another first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
On the ground, it's Monungai. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A 2-yard touchdown run. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Williams going to throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go from Chicago. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air. It's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
It's a gain of 10. And an Eagle first down.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. They go to Barkley again. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's another carry for Barkley. They'll cobble together a yard there. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They'll motion him out of the backfield. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Play action. Hurts has it. And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure of what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Bears nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Josh Blackwell to return it. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down.
At their own 32-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down, Williams. Got a man, it's Kirsten Loveland. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's him the first. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. 7-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They're advancing it well as they face second down. Toss play, Swift. Pop behind the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something, an injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
It's his running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Throw left side finds Burden. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's 3rd and 7.
On third down, here's Swift. And this one does not get close. He stopped after 3, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Offense to the line fast.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, it's Williams. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And it will only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Well, we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from Soldier Field after this. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 9. Handoff headed right, Barkley. It's a foot race. The 30. Running in the red zone. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Oh, man, Brock, once that became a foot race, you could have gone ahead and just said goodbye because you were not stopping that play.
He gone. I mean, he's long gone. Not with a full field ahead and one of the longest runs of his career right in front of him. The way he broke that, the only fitting place was the end zone.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14.
Bears nothing.
Elliott all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Throw left side is hauled in by Loveland. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Williams on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking from the gun, Williams. That's incomplete on 2nd down. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. To the left and hauled in by Odunze. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Here's Williams again. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
1st down, a run with Barkley. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First down throwing for Hurts. Got a man downfield, and Goddard has it. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone on 1st. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and you couldn't.
And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives them a 1st and goal. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They're going to run with Barkley. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the first and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get more points to end a lopsided first half. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Devin Duvernay to return it. Good work so far. He's got room. All right, so they're going to take over at the 39. Nice effort there.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. First and 10. He'll throw it. He rolls to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout. And this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Throwing here just before halftime. Getting out to his left. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Duvernay on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Right, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond third down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on their side either.
Fourth down, Williams. Throw caught by his running back. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it.
And the Bears first down.
First down, Williams to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. Buying some time right. He takes it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Williams from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 8.
First down throw by Williams. On the move, headed right. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Running with Swift out of the gun. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal. Working quickly here.
That's another Bears first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. And they take this in for the score. The Bears cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. Ben Johnson dialing it up. They're going to try for the 2-point conversion.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point
Williams trying to throw for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
Eagles 21, Bears 6.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts, the very minimal gain.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7.
38-yard line.
Running right, it's Barkley. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They give to Barkley, left side. A lot of space ahead. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
So all they needed to see right there before the snap. Defense way overcommitted to stopping the quick pass. It became really easy to hand it off and watch that running back do the rest.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker.
33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. The Eagles have the football, and with that lead, might have a win in just a little while, too. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play fake with Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Set.
They kick the running back in motion. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And 4th and 4 coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And This one's overwhelmed. They drive it backwards and off the field with this turnover on downs.
Result of the play.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. Hey, it's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Built themselves up a little buffer here, Kate. But it's never over till it's over.
Connects downfield, on target to Burton. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. A gain of 26 yards there. And it'll be first down Bears. Offense in the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Williams to throw on first. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Working quickly here.
That's another Bears first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
First down, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. He was looking for Colston Loveland. So that brings up second down.
At the 23-yard line.
To the air yet again, Williams. Flush out now to his left. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
He takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Sending him up the middle. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails.
Eagles 21, Bears 12.
So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Design quarterback run here. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be third and longer. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Here he goes, third and long. Headed out right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up fourth down. The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this. They'll go. Hurts. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
All set to go now from the 35.
Yes.
Williams will look to throw. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Swift on second down. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here.
First down.
From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Throwing again on second, Williams. He brings it in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here.
First down.
Swift. Has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears cut the lead down to just 2.
Eagles 21. Bears 19.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Shipley now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes first and 10. They'll run it. This is A.J. Dillon. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Kate, this is one of those situations where they've got the lead on the scoreboard, but not the momentum on the field. This is a big 3rd down coming up. Got to seize back a little control and find a way to cut off the comeback.
On 3rd down, they're going with Dillon. They stop him after a gain of about 3. Leaves him looking at 4th down. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
180, 180.
Looking to throw. And all that pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Coaches challenge you to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. He's him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
A handoff left for Swift. Trying to find his way back to the middle, but he stopped after a yard. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here.
A gain of a yard.
Here he is to throw.
3rd and 3.
Touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete. And maybe worse, Brock. It's going to bring up 4th down. Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So on fourth down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This lined up left. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal.
A 37-yard attempt.
That one is good! And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
I know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Shipley now to return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. He'll look to throw it. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory.